Sorry ass DJ.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you're new to my channel, I'm Lori, and welcome to Lori's Book Trials. I will be back.
Sorry ass DJ.
I am back. So, I've read a lot of books, so that's why I'm doing this, as you can tell by the title, in two parts. I read a total of 18 books this month, you guys. 18 books. Or last month, I should say, for December. My highest of the year for books that I read. I don't know if it's the highest page count, but it's close. Yes, and I had a great reading month. I mean, there was only two that were... There was one that was a 3, one that was a 3.5. Everything else was 4s, 4.5, 5s, and 6s. So I read, like I said, 18 books. Like I said, one was a 3, one was a 3.5. One I didn't rate, and you'll understand why in a minute. I didn't give it an actual rating. 3 I gave 3 I gave 4 stars. 3 I gave 4.5 stars. 5 I gave 7 stars. And 2 I gave 6 stars. I read 6,607 pages. I read 6 ebooks, which you guys know is very unusual because I never read them. And I read 12 physical books. Now, some of these I'm not going to give a good description to because I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff. So, the ebooks ones are the ones I'm talking about because they're hard for me to explain. That's the only reason why I don't like to read ebooks because, yeah. But, I'm going to turn this back over. So we'll talk about the first 9, and then if I'm not too tired, I will come back after, and it's not too dark at night, I'll come back and film part 2. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll do part 2. Let me take a sip of my water. I'm trying to remember, what was the readathon? I can't even remember the readathon. There was a readathon at the beginning of the month that I read some of these books for. 2 of the books. I think 2 of the books. It might have been more, but I know at least 2 of these books were for a readathon, but I can't remember the name of it. So, and 2 of the books, oh, I forgot to tell you, 2 of the books I believe was a reread. So, the first book I read was for the readathon. I can't remember what it was, though. It was the Christmas readathon that, like, man, I can't even think. Bookables, I think her name is, Heather. I think her and some other ones did it, if I'm not mistaken. But I can't remember exactly. But this one was for that one. This is 10 Blind Dates. This one was a 5-star read. This was so good. I loved it. It's about this girl that her boyfriend dumps her, and her whole family wants to fix her up with 10 blind dates. And, yeah. It was such a fun read, you guys. I mean, I just was having so much fun. I mean, I will tell you that it's very easy to figure out who she's going to wind up with. Very easy. But it was so much fun still because you got to follow her along as she went on these dates, and you got to meet her crazy family. There was some seriousness in this book, though, too. So don't think it's all like laughter. There's a serious topic in here. So, yeah. But, oh my gosh, definitely is one of my books I'll probably be rereading a lot because it was so fun. I'm going to be leaning this way for a minute if I can put some of these over here. The next one was One Day in December, and I gave that 4 stars. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened in this book. Some of them are more, I remember better. This one was, oh, I know. She meets she's on the train, and while she's sitting there, she sees this guy, and she's like, he's mine, you know, he's the one I'm gonna marry. I'm in love with the, you know, well, I don't know if she said I love him, but she said she already knew she was gonna marry him and all this stuff. And then he winds up not being able to get on the bus. And then she finds out that he is her best friend's boyfriend. Yeah, that they started dating. They didn't date when, you know, them two knew each other. I mean, when they saw each other, you know, through the thing. But, yeah, but she finds out that her best friend and him are dating. And it's like 10 years of their history, like, you know, between all three of their friendships and stuff like that. And what happens, like, you know, to him and her. Look at this cover. Isn't it cute? I just didn't like some of the subject matter in here. And that's why it got a 4-star, but it was still a good read. Really, really good. I still recommend it. Alright, the next one I read was, I know it was for a Christmas one, that readathon, but anyways, A Boy Called Christmas by, oh, I forgot to tell you who these were by. Duh. Okay, 10 Blind Dates was by Ashley Easton, and One Day in December was by Josie Silver. Sorry about that. This one is by Matt Haig, so with that, it's just about how he becomes Santa Claus. I gave this one 4 stars. It was so cute. I have the one with the girl. I don't know what it's called, but I'll probably read that next Christmas, or this coming Christmas. You know what I mean, in December. Yeah, but I'll probably reread this one on top of it, because it was a cute book. 4 stars. This next one I didn't give a rating. This one was for the, which I sucked, because I didn't even finish half of it, but this was for book roast, her magical winter readathon. I only finished this book and I think one other book, and that was it. I mean, I can continue on if I want, because she did say we had until that we could continue going until what was it? Until right before the forgot what the first one's called. Why do I forget it? It's not the Newts. The Newts is the second one. I can't remember. I always forget the name of the first one. But anyways, yeah, this one, like I said, I didn't rate it. I just put down fun, cute, and fun read. But it was for book Before You Were Born. Read a book that was published before you were born. This one, there was 4. I think there's 5. Yeah, there's 5 stories, of course. 4 of them were before I was born. So I only read those 4. So I only added the pages in for the 4 books that I did read. So, but it was a cute book. Next one was a reread. And that is Skyward by Brendan Sanderson. Still really good. I was like, okay, would this stand up? Would this be a 6? I didn't give it 6 stars, of course, because I read it already before. But I was like, would this still be like what I would have gave a 6-star book? Which would have been a favorite, you know. Like last year it was a favorite, but I wasn't doing 6 stars at the time. Or I should say 2018. But I was like, will it stand up to time? Will it be a favorite? If I was just reading it for the first time in 2019, would I have gave it 6 stars? And I would say yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's so good. I'm currently in the middle of the second one, so unfortunately, spoiler alert, it won't be on my favorite book of the year for 2019 because I didn't get to it. But I am almost halfway done with it, so it might be on my list for the end of 220. But, oh god, this one is so good. Of course, if you guys don't know, this is about this girl who, her dad is considered a traitor. He was shot down and killed, and yeah, she gets, she wants to be a fly like he does, but, you know, since he was considered a traitor and stuff, she ain't supposed to be able to fly, but something happens and she's able to fly, and it's just like them training and stuff like that. And I will tell you about Brandon Sanderson. He is not afraid to kill off characters in his books. I don't know about his adult one because this is the first book I ever read by him, but I know he is not afraid to kill characters off, so yeah. But it was so good. It definitely lived up to my expectations. Okay, let's see. Number 6 was Ink and Bone. Of course, that's another reread. This was just as good as last time. I still gave it 4 point, or I think it was 4.5. Yeah, I still gave it 4.5. Because I usually won't go up on like my ratings if it's a reread. So yeah, so I kept it at 4.5, so it didn't go down. It probably, if I would have went up, like I mean, you know, then it would have been definitely a 5-star. But since I didn't go up, I try not to go up. Every once in a while I might, but usually I don't. But this book, oh my gosh, I just love Jess so much. Like, he's just my baby. Like, what he goes through in this series is just like, oh, baby, I just want to hug you and kiss you and just tell you everything's going to be all right. You know, I want to be his mommy. He's just so cute. But this is about, like, oh gosh. He's a runner, which is he steals books and gives them to, his father sells the books or something like that and gives it to people. And, yeah. And he's supposed to go to this school to spy for his dad. And, man, so much happens in this. Like, oh my gosh. I'm not going to go too much into it because I've read this before, you know, and I have a book vlog and everything on it. But, oh my gosh, so much happens in this series. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, like there's a war going on. Like, in this book, you're not, unless you're the members of the Great Library, whatever you want to call it, you are not allowed to have books. If you have a book and you're found with it, no excuses. You are killed. You don't get no second chance. You don't go to jail. You are killed. And, yeah. And there's these people that burn books. And, oh gosh. And Jess and a group of people are trying to, you know, save the library. Like, make it go back to when it used to be good. And, yeah, so they're finding people in the library. And a whole bunch of crap happens, especially later on in the series. Oh my gosh. This is like, so good. I know my friend Lauren didn't like it, but oh my gosh, you guys. If you guys give it a chance, by the second book, you will be hooked. Hooked by the second book. It is so good. So basically, it's supposed to be like, what happened if the the Great Library, I don't know what the name of it is, but it was the original one, the real one was burnt down or something. I don't know if it was arson or what, but yeah. What would have happened if that didn't happen? And it kept going. And we, you know, if we weren't, you know, unionized, or what is it called? You know, if we were in our own little unit, you know what I mean? Like our own country, whatever, if we were still with them, what would have happened and stuff like that. So freaking good. The next one I read was Revere by Ryan LaSala. This was a 4.5, I believe. Yes. This was so freaking good, too. It was a little slow at the beginning, so that's why I got a 4.5. But I love the characters, especially, well, I like the main character. I forget his name, because I'm not good at remembering. Kane. I love Kane. The other characters, that's another reason why I gave it a 4.5 and not a 5, is because the rest of the characters, I didn't really start liking until later in the, like, mostly towards the end of the book. But, oh my gosh. Oh, like, and it was a little confusing, but I couldn't give it, at first I was like, maybe it should only be a 4-star, but I just loved Kane so much that he made up for the other characters that took me a while to get used to. But yes, I can't even explain what this is about. It's very strange book, very strange, but so good. like there's he goes like to, I think, another dimension type thing or something like that. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but oh my gosh, just say it's very interesting. And if you want LGBTQ, however you say it, I'm sorry, you guys, I know I'm not very good at like remembering, you know, different things, so sorry if I got the letters wrong. But yeah, this does has reputation in it. Oh, I did like the love interest. So I did, yeah, I really did like Kane's love interest. But it was so good. Like he basically, well, I better not tell you guys. This one is hard to like rate. I mean, to talk about, because if you talk about it, you'll spoil it. Because you have to go in here and just hang on for the ride, and it will be explained, and you'll be like, okay, I understand now. But yeah, it's one of those books that you really shouldn't read what it's about here. You should have no expectations and just go in and just have a fun time, because it was a fun read. I definitely liked what the book was about once I understood what was going on. But it's just, besides Kane and the love interest, those are the only two I really liked. So, until towards the end. So, yeah. But it was definitely worth 4.5. Oh, so good. And number 8. Ouch. I scratched myself. Let me get a sip of water. The next one I buddy read because it was the group pick for Book Babe 88, my girl Ashley's reading pick for December. And that was Verity by Colleen Hoover. Yeah, this was a 4-star. I didn't like it as much as Ashley did, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't understand the ending, and it took me a little bit to get into it, and that's why I gave it 4 stars. And I didn't really like any of the characters. But this is about this author. She gets in a car accident, or she's in an accident or something like that, and not Verity. Verity is the one that's in the accident, but the girl, Lauren? No, not Lauren. Lowen? She is hired to, like, finish her books, the author's books, and she finds this, like, she's writing, like, her own story, you know, the lady, and Lowen finds it, and yeah, things happen, and yeah, and Lowen starts to fall in love with Verity's husband. His name is Jeremy. Yeah, but yeah, the ending and the beginning just like took me a while, and I did not like really any of the characters. So, but I did like the plot. And I shouldn't say I hated the ending. It wasn't my favorite ending. But, yeah. But it was still really good, this book, you guys. It was still good. 4 stars. But, yeah. I just didn't like I said, I wasn't sure about the ending. And I just didn't like the characters. But I love the plot. And the last one I'm going to talk about in this one was a 5-star. And that is, and this is surprising because I did not like The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, which is the author. For some reason, I did not like Wicked Deep. I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like something I really like was gung-ho on. But Winterwood, oh my gosh, this was so good. It's about, I'm not good at remembering names, but there's, Nora, I think her name is Nora. Let me see. Nora. Yeah, Nora is a witch. Her whole family is like witches, descent of witches, or whatever you want to say. And Owen disappears. And she winds up finding him. He disappears from like a boy camp. And she finds him, and she knows he's hiding something. She don't know what it is, and she wants to I got distracted because something popped up. Now where was I? She knows that he's hiding something, and she wants to find out what it is. So yeah, and yeah, I kind of figured out what it was, but I still gave it 5 stars just because I just loved Owen so much. I really love Nora. I love the world. I mean, it was so fun to read. It's a perfect winter read. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. This is the Owl Crate edition. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So much better than the Wicked Deep. I know a lot of people love the Wicked Deep, and some people that loved the Wicked Deep didn't like Winterwood, but oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, I was surprised. Really, really surprised. I mean, I kind of figured I would like it more than the other one, just because I like the plot, like him, you know, gone missing, and then her finding him and finding out what happened and stuff like that. But yeah, this was a really, really good read. Some people might take it off, some points off for the ending, but I like the ending, which surprised me, because usually I don't like those kind of endings. But I like this ending. I thought it went really well with the story. I think if it would have been another story, maybe it wouldn't work so good. But for this story, I thought it was good. And I really liked it. So yeah, 5 stars. The only reason why it wasn't a favorite of the year is it did take a little bit to kind of understand what was going on. And it took a little bit for me to... I didn't hate Nora, but at first I couldn't warm up to her like super well. Like, she was just okay. But I loved Owen from the beginning. But once I fell in love with Nora, I fell in love hard, you guys, with her. She was awesome. Like, I really, really started liking her, and I just was like, yes, girl, yes. And Owen, oh my gosh, like I was saying, Owen is just... I don't know what it is about Owen, but there's just something about him that just makes me want to just give him a whole bunch of kisses, and not as much as Jess from, you know, Ink and Bone, but Jessie, I should say, from Ink and Bone, but almost as much. But yeah, oh my gosh. And what you find out about what happened to him, why he went missing and stuff, is very interesting. Yeah, but like I said, some people might not like the ending, but I liked it. I thought, like I said, it went really good with the book. But yeah, those are the 9 books that I'm going to talk about in part 1. Part 2 is going to be talking about these books. Trap with the Mob Boss by Nicole Fox. The Son of Neptune. The Mark of Athena, House of Hades, all by Rick Riordan. When She Returned by Lucinda Berry. Born Darkly and Born Madly by Tricia Wolf. Bloodline Academy by Lan Che or something like that. And Shadowborn Academy by G. Bailey, and Scarlet Snow. Those are the ones you're going to hear about in part 2. And yeah, I will be back. I love you guys all, and talk to you guys either later today or tomorrow with part 2.